What is up, comic book fans and aficionados? Welcome to this video. Now, I do understand right off the bat that there are many reviews about this particular hardcover already available on YouTube and online, but I just could not resist the temptation of actually putting this out simply because this particular story, especially the six mini series by John Byrne and Dick Giordano, that was something that means a lot to me. So it's something which I just really had to do a review on. So anyway, for those who are new to actually comics and DC, let me just give you a quick background. So this was actually a series that came out in 1986. All right, so roughly about you could say 34 years ago, and it was a sort of a modern retelling of Superman's origins. Now this came out after a major DC comic book event called Crisis on Infinite Earths. Okay, so if you guys want, you can definitely check that out. I will try and see soon if I can also give my review on the Crisis on Infinite Earths, so saga as well, but do check that out if you want. But coming back to it, for a lot of us fans, we consider this limited edition series to be the definitive origin story for Superman. In fact, it went on to influence many other things in the DC canon universe and so on. Now obviously there are a ton of guys out there who could probably give you more information about that, so you should definitely look them up. I can give a couple of links below of some of those channels. Check them out. But the thing is that this is something that you would find very, very interesting, and not to mention about just the great storytelling, the artwork, the way in which this is done. And I'm going to flip through some of these pages to actually show you some of that. For me, this is a very special moment because I used to have one of the original collected trade paperbacks, which had just a black cover with the Superman emblem on the front, had all 6 issues. Unfortunately, because when I was moving, somehow it ended up getting lost, and I just found that where I was at different points, I just couldn't get my hands on the next set of reissues that were there, so I missed out on those, and whichever ones were available were too expensive. So I was thrilled to bits and just waiting for this one to come out. And this hardcover does not disappoint, at least for me, because it not only collects the essential, as I mentioned, 6 key John Byrne issues, the miniseries, but it also collects a whole bunch of different ones as well, which are in fact the ones that you see over here. Okay, now coming to exactly what this collects, so let me just dive straight into it. Now, as I've mentioned, it has the original The Man of Steel series 1 to 6. It also has Superman 1 to 4, Action Comics 584 to 587, Adventures of Superman 424 to 428, and Who's Who Update 87. I think that's issues 1, 3, and 4. Okay, now the thing is that a lot of collectors and a lot of guys in the reviews expressed their disappointment because they sort of felt that this should have been more of an omnibus, should have been much bigger, it should have included a lot more issues. There was also a lot of gripe about the fact that certain sites had mentioned that it would have a lot more than it actually does. But for me personally, I think that it just essentially holds the essential issues that I was really after, and I know a lot of other fans really wanted. And do be advised, informed that there is going to be another volume coming about early next year. I think that'll have a lot of other issues. So for a lot of you guys who want to get into Superman and who are looking to get some great stories, that's something which you can also collect. I know some guys are going to be holding out. Well, more power to them. For me personally, this is what I wanted to get, and I'm very happy with it because I think DC did a fabulous job overall. Okay, so let's get to it. Here is the dust jacket. You can have a look at it. It's great, a great spine. It's got Superman obviously standing there taking off his jacket and showing the Superman symbol. You've got a good set of art pieces on both sides. Obviously you have the iconic piece of him taking off his shirt and revealing the S symbol, and also at the back you have him flying off into the sky. Pretty great stuff. Okay, and here you have the other side of the dust jacket. So just to show you a little bit. Okay, so that's on the front. It's a nice piece of artwork there. And towards the back, obviously these are segments from the actual comic itself. Now, just to give you a slightly closer look at that, you can have a look at that. Very nice. And this other piece here. Right, so for the actual book itself, here's a really cool image of Superman. I mean, I just personally love these kind of drawings and the way Superman was depicted in these, particular panels and, at this era, so to speak. So coming to it, I mean, you can actually see this is a pretty cool image here. There's a nice look of the spine, which you actually have over here. You also have this very cool image which is on the back as well. Very, very nicely done. Here's a closer look at the back of that, and I will just flip this around to the front again, and there you have the front image once more. Right, now flipping this open, there's another nice interesting piece which is inside over there, and going around the back you have this piece over here as well. Very nicely done. Okay, so opening this bad boy up, you actually see some really cool artwork again. You have a nice dedication page, which is over here. You have a nice little write-up by John Byrne expressing his views. And if I'm not wrong, I actually read this in the old paperback I have, so which is really nice to get back again. And of course, you have the iconic, image, which is the first issue, so to speak, of sorts. Obviously here's some pages where he's learning about his origin, where his foster father John Kent is actually telling him about how they found him and so on. Here's obviously a look at his meetup with Lois Lane, and here we have a pretty interesting take on how he creates this persona of Clark Kent, and his parents essentially help him out. And obviously here, as he does, fighting crime and so on. Now, I gotta pause here though, because this is really what I was after more than anything. The third issue that came out in this series was where he first meets up with the Dark Knight himself, Batman. And this was the issue that I loved most, because I think it depicted something really, really wonderful about their meeting and how it actually struck a bond between the two of them, because he actually thinks that Batman's a criminal and so on. Obviously, this is where he meets his father, the ghost of his father, which you can remember from the Man of Steel movie. So that's sort of drawn inspiration. If I'm not wrong from here, of course, guys, let me know in the comments below. And just some other great art and about other villains and so on. So I don't want to spoil anything more for you guys, but you can see for yourself, really neatly done, nicely, put together. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Would love to hear from you. As always, guys, thanks so much for all of you who support what I do, and I look forward to talking to you in the next one. Take care.